Welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. This is a safe space where we invite healthcare providers to unapologetically be themselves after the working day. My name is Jennifer George, and each week I will connect you with guests and stories that will help transform your stress to success and fulfillment. Are you with me? Grab your drink of choice and let's chat. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. I'm your host, Jennifer George, and I'm joining you this evening with a glass of water. I want to chat with you today a little bit about work-life balance and that concept and term that we often overuse a lot in the healthcare space and in work life in general. And the question really is does work-life balance exist for you? For me personally, I don't believe that work-life balance actually exists. I believe that we operate in work-life harmony, that there's a flow between the two, or the three, I should say. But I don't really believe in work-life balance. And the reason why I don't really believe in it is because when I think of balance, when I visualize what that means, I imagine perfection. Okay, I think of two scales and they're evenly weighed out, and I think of perfection. And we all know that perfection doesn't exist, but we also know that as healthcare providers, we are overachievers. We are competitive in some way, shape, or form. So perfection does seem ideal, or work-life balance does seem ideal in terms of something to strive for. But then what? Okay, so the thing is work-life balance, if that is the end result, is how it seems to me, and it's by definition kind of the gold standard, and it's the target, let's say, and you reach it, then what? Can you operate at peak performance your whole life? No, we can't. So we have to allow ourselves some space and hold space for ourselves to be on this journey. And the way I visualize work-life harmony and flow is that you yourself are at the center and you have your work and your life around you. And where you feel like you're pouring so much into one area and another area is being compromised, you might want to let go a little bit on one end and allow yourself to let in more on the other end. And it's just this conscientious flow. I see it more as circular than I do linear. And it's just something that you're always aware of and you're always working towards. So in essence, you're basically seeing work, life, and self as kind of a form of energy, right? And it's just the circular energy that keeps going, and you're just envisioning that for yourself, and you're highly aware of that, and you just know where your energy needs to flow as you journey through life. The other thing about work-life harmony is that it really is bringing stillness and peace to chaos or resistance or disorder or imbalance, okay? And it really is also shining a light on those areas of our lives that are feeling dark or that we're neglecting, we're not giving enough energy or attention to, or we're feeling depleted in. And the idea here too is to also think of it finally as like a way of working around resistance. I find that this has been a big concept for me over the past year, is letting go and not I don't want to use the word fighting, but not solving resistance with resistance. So if there is a work-related issue, let's say, sometimes the answer might not be work-related. Sometimes it might be something within you, and it comes from within that changes, and suddenly that matter changes as well, right? It's a decision that you make that changes it all. And sometimes the solution is work related and it all stays on that side, and that's fine. But think of it that way, is that harmony really is bringing yourself to all of these aspects, your work and your personal life. Okay, it's bringing yourself to both and understanding that you are a key component of both in order for them to feel successful for you as you would define that, okay, or fulfilled. So we're going to do away with balance. We don't believe in perfection over here on this podcast. We believe in embracing all of it, okay? I believe in embracing the hard times and the good times, embracing the successes and the failures, okay, and being grateful for all of that, and understanding that all of this has a deeper meaning for what you do, okay? When we're operating towards a finite goal like work-life balance, we forget about what it all means to us. We forget about who we are in that process. And the concept of work-life harmony is understanding more of who you are and becoming more of that and bringing that to all of your worlds, because you really can exist in all of them. So be compassionate with yourself if things at work are starting to show themselves a little bit in your home life, okay? In other words, the stress from work, you're starting to show in your personal life at home. And just be open and honest with yourself about that, okay? About why that is and how you can work around it rather than repelling it, okay? Or fighting it. So think of things in that way, because the answer is usually always within us when we are feeling off. There's thoughts that we're thinking that we don't even tap into because we're just feeling. But when we think more about how we feel, we bring a harmony to that and we become more self-aware in that process. And as we become more self-aware, we start to flow and we start to let go and we let in more. So if you guys like this podcast, please take a screenshot, tag me at Best Obsessed with Jen, and I will do the same. We've also started a coaching framework. It's more of an integrative community, an interactive community of healthcare providers who are working together to overcome burnout, manage burnout, thrive in all areas of life. And the coaching framework is called The Wave. And you can find us on Instagram at build.your.wave or buildyourwave.com. Check that out. There's some freebies that you can download, like the course syllabus, and then you can download some also some free worksheets that give you a little bit more insight into what we go into. So I really believe that this is a course or a framework is what I really think of it as, like no other when it comes to professional development. Okay, so it's about growing ourselves and bringing that to our professional world every day. So until we chat next time, remember to stay well and stay happy. So if you guys like this podcast, please subscribe and leave an honest review. Your feedback means everything to me. Your reviews are what moves this podcast forward, and I always appreciate receiving them. If you want to get a hold of me directly, reach out to me on social media. My handles are in the show notes, and you can always subscribe to my weekly newsletters at jennifergeorge.co so that we can stay connected. So until next time, thank you guys so much again for your ongoing support.